No, I do not drink from the skulls of my enemies, I laugh when one curious recruit lets slip a question about that time when I decapitated an enemy on the battlefield. Welcome back, folks, to another exciting edition of Let's Play Crusader Kings II, Holy Fury. As always, I'm your host, J Square John Jeremy, and last we left off, big news! We are now the Khagan of Otuken. Now, unfortunately, we're still under the domain of the Uighur, but we're in charge, at least of our small Otuken state. Our former liege lord, who was our blood brother, passed on at the age of 55 due to cancer. His son, his eldest son, Bolkadar, is his heir, but only the heir of his clan and the territories that we granted him. He is still a Medicean, however, so that is a problem, as is his heir, Temujin. So that's still a thing. Borjgadai is also over here as a Medicean. His... Whoops. His heir is, it looks to be his brother, who is also a Medicean. So, we still have to deal with that. Unfortunately, our ruler died while we were away raiding. So our armies are actually pretty far from our home. The good news is we don't really have to worry too much right now about anything, but I do want to eventually get out of the clutches of the Uighur. So we'll want to put our forces over on our side. Let's go and continue our campaign and try and do just that. So we already raided all these areas here, raided that area there. People are paying me ransoms back. That's awesome. I always love ransoms. You know it, I know it. Pay some more ransoms. God, it's glorious. Look at that. 1,300 gold. Almost 1,400. 1,400 gold. It is a beautiful thing. I honestly, why the hell have I not been playing Mongol this entire time? It is glorious. And I've not even, I've not even reached, like, Europe, where the feudal territories are. Like, this is still nomads and tribal forces. Wow. That is insane. That is crazy. Oh god, I can't wait till later in the campaign, if this is the case. Oh lord. Okay, so. That's right, you do. We are building yams right now to be done in September. Anybody else going for a ransom here? Ransom? Thought I saw one. Nope. Guess not. We do want to start this legendary gathering, but we need 500 renown. We're currently at 305. We gain 23 per month. So that's a thing. While our forces are making their way... I got scared there for a second. I was like, oh my god, what's going on? Why are we... Oh, that's right, I moved my troops down there. I was like, for a second, what's going on? Hey, I captured Silbu, the guy who we dueled with before. Did anybody want to ransom Silbu here? Let's see. That'd be a negative. Poor people. See what's going on around here. Oh, there's a Lombardy revolt. Idolchis here has got a revolt. Not only does he have to deal with the excommunication war from Aragon, he's got to deal with a Lombard revolt for King Karl's claim on Lombardy. Okay, so Karl here, the future Charlemagne, if all goes according to his plan, he is getting his claim pressed for Lombardy. And he's also pressing on Saxony, but looks like Saxony managed to push him back. Aragon here His mother, Queen Agnes, died of depression at the age of 31. That's unfortunate because she was doing a pretty good job as a ruler there in a majority Muslim state. I'm still quite surprised that they formed Aragon there. Apparently we're about to fight this guy here. Sabir. Let's go ahead and put our troops there. Why are we not in the center? How do we fix this? Bartan in the center. There you go. That makes sense, right? Sure. Uh-oh, Bartan's getting older. He's losing some of his, martial, looks like. Let's see what happens with this guy here, Sabir. No, I do not drink from the skulls of my enemies, I laugh, when one curious recruit lets slip a question about that time when I decapitated an enemy on the battlefield. But that's not a bad idea. I like your humor, boy, I say, patting him on the back. You're never gonna let that story go, huh? Wow, I gain center of attention for 15 years. What does that do? What does center of attention do? Leading the center plus 10%. Alright. Alright. We can go with that. We can go with that. Alright, we beat them back. We'll continue on our way here. Is this still the fastest way home? Yep. Looks like it. Let's no longer raid. I don't want to mess with the Uyghur forces over there. Instead, we'll bring ourselves back down here now. Bartan, Church Day, and effects of artifacts, huh? Oh, wow. My effects of artifacts make me a better center commander now. There you go. Yep, there goes Tara. I knew that was going to happen. So they'll fall under the control of the Uyghur forces. Oh, Lord. My yam has been built. Very good. Let's see now. I guess we'll build the armor crafter. Why not? Victory there. Oh, he had raiders out. Well, too bad for you. Thank you so much. Grabbed a, yes, grabbed a brother. Ransom? 10 gold? He doesn't even want to pay 10 gold for his brother. That's unfortunate. Okay. Quick look at the ransoms here. 10 gold for you. And we'll send our troops here home as well. Not raiding the Uyghur forces. Well, our friend died. Oh! He was murdered! Murdered on the orders of Khagan Costas of Havuk Singila. Oh, wow. Poor guy. He was disfigured, had an infection, and was wounded, and he still gets murdered on top of his troubles. Well, his son is now in my jail. And he needs to pay 385 gold to be ransomed out. That's how much a Khagan is worth. 385 gold. You're going to be in my jail for a while, I feel. Tara? We don't have a holding in Tara. Serious finished education. Damn. I forget if I can change these kids' religions. You're Mongol, or Tengri rather. Show me no adults. People have been here for 11 years. That's funny. Who's been in there the longest? I wanted to know. Adult, any. 14 years. Reports state the new recruits have been partaking in our initiation ritual, allowing the Eagle Warriors to be growing in numbers. Cool. Not really sure what that means, but okay. We're still awesome. We're the best. Let's see now. We can search for a smith and get a nice set of armor, but I don't want to spend... We'll see. I don't wear armor, so find me an armor. Find me an armorer. Right? I don't wear armor? Please don't tell me I messed that up. No, I don't have armor. Adolchai. Or Adolchai? No. It's Alchadai. Alchadai will struggle. Our Otukeni armies are almost full. That's awesome. You got gold? You got some gold. You got gold? You got some gold. As she is growing older, I can see that Gurbesu could use some guidance in some of my experienced areas. It will require hard work and may not always be appreciated, but this is my chance to make a self-sacrifice. No. Not a chance. Not interested. Corrigan wants to get married. Corrigan? Who is Corrigan? Corrigan Ayanga. I don't have a Corrigan. Do I? Nope. More recruits have been partaking in the ritual. Ransom? We have an eager new recruit. I should let the man know that he needs to prove himself to his new peers. Ah, now it's our turn to explain the initiation duel. I'll put on my most intimidating face. Ahem. Alright, he's got a personal combat skill of 23. Menu Marat. Menu Marat offered no protests when I explained our traditions, eyes all a-glitter at the thought of the initiation duel. After some inquiry, Cool Sathisi has kindly volunteered. Aww. I thought I was going to do it. Show him the ropes, brother. Let's see. So it's 23 versus 15. He's badly bruised, so he must have lost. The strong blade master Jur today. Pay for the ransoms. Very good. Oh, that fixes a lot of things, doesn't it? Gubursu's stubborn streak. That's fine. 10 gold for you. What's this? Range patrol, though. Oh, you! The guy who murdered our friend. Oh wow, your wife was slain in personal combat. Propose that Batan, Habuk Singula, and Gurbesu get married. Alright, so it's second son. Oh, and I grabbed his 2 daughters. And have a sister in jail, and I've got his both. No, I've got one of his concubines. Nope, none of his concubines. Where are you at? Pencheng. Or Picheng. Which is like... No. It's way down there. Absolutely not. In spite of some bruises and mild injury, I was not alone in being satisfied with the skill displayed by Menu Marat. While I am intrigued, only time will tell whether joining our ranks is the right path for the young man or not. Another member. Interesting indeed. That's right, you'll pay your ransoms. Let's see here. Doragine. We will go ahead and focus on martial education. Get those ransoms. What's this? Now you want a marriage. Kimak wants to marry his steward to our daughter. Nope. My marshal, Tolui, has told me about a remarkable armor smith residing in Sambagarav. He suggested that I invite the man to my court to see his work for myself. If he manages to impress me, I could order my own custom-made item. Let's see here. Jerchade the armor smith. But he's got stewardship. And he won't marry. This is interesting. We'll see about this. Once the armor smith's craftsmanship has been checked by my most knowledgeable attendants to ensure the quality was sufficient, I received him in the throne room. He introduced himself as Master Jerchade and gestured towards his numerous assistants, who all carried examples of his work. Does my Khagan have anything special in mind? I am in need of protection. Make me a strong and sturdy set of armor. Armor provides a bonus to morale offense as well as martial, personal combat skill, and monthly prestige. Set of armor, I see. An excellent choice, my Khagan, says Master Jerchade, and calls forward an assistant cradling several sets of armor in his arms. I have a couple of examples here. One must determine what one need and how much one is willing to pay, though they would all serve your highness well. Let's go from bottom up. Actually, I changed my mind. Order nothing. I am sure whatever you make is good enough, Master. Order the cheapest set of armor. It's 50 gold. I do not need any frills. Craft me something effective. That's 180 gold. I would not go into battle with anything but the very best. That's 400 gold, but it will drastically increase your morale, offense, monthly prestige, martial, and personal combat skill. And we've got plenty of money. Give me the best. That's okay. All these ransoms paid for it, right? All these ransoms paid for it. It's a glorious day. I can create 2 duchies, I think. Yeah. But then I don't know what this does for the, because you have a duchy, right? Yeah, you have the High Chiefdom of Otuken. What does that even do for you? I'm not even sure. I'll have to look that one up. I'm not really sure what they do for Mongols. Oh, something just happened. Yep, the Tara just fell under the Uyghur forces. Keep dying in my dungeons when they could just be paying me ransoms. I'm just saying. Alright, his army is all the way over here. We could be doing some raiding. Jerchade. Arsagon. Bartan. Oh. We'll use that guy. He's better right now at this point. Oh, 1,200 troops from you. Luckily, you're going south. And he's way too far away to get there in time. Holun. Holun will struggle as well. I am struck with nervous excitement when Master Jurchide announced that the set of armor was nearing its completion. Today I've received the Master in my throne room. As he unveils the armor rack, I find it almost impossible to breathe. What will you name her, my Khagan? This armor shall be my guardian. With this armor, I shall be a champion. Everyone shall fear the warden. I like it. I like warden. Alright, let's see it. I want to see it. What did I just spend money for? Forged out of the finest materials and with expert craftsmanship, this armor turns its owner into a stalwart barrier against any foe. Quality level 3. Morale damage plus 10%. Monthly prestige plus 0.75. Martial plus 1. Personal combat skill plus 10. So we have that, we have the warden, and we have our masterful short sword, both quality of 3, equipped right now. That's awesome. These guys just give us regular prestige. That's awesome. It's good times. It's good times. Did we not raid? We set to raid? Why we no raid? Oh, don't tell me it's because I'm now directly under this guy that I can't raid him anymore. That's lame. That's super lame. Okay, that makes it all the more important that we get out of this guy's thumb. Built our armor crafter. So we got minority shrines, clan gathering hall, camp fortifications. Camp fortifications. Because if we can't raid this guy, we'll miss out on a ton of opportunity, really. Hey, is it time? It's time! We can now go ahead and send the Emperor another eunuch. Let's see, we can send him, we can send him Burkhan for 360, Tolui for 490, or Hargasun for 490. Absolutely not, I'm not sending Hargasun, and I'm not sending Tolui. Burkhan, maybe. He likes, let's try and find somebody with some good, spend some gold. Agachu! Agachu! Agachu is going to be marrying in a matrilineal marriage to one of my daughters, this one, Gurbasu. Right? My dynasty. Gurbasu. Yep. Gurbasu and you would gain 0 prestige from marrying into House Agachu and minus 400 from marrying a courtier. Ugh. But the genius. Okay. Genius. And he's the best steward. By far. Give him some gold to pay him off. Okay. Let's, he was good. And let's see how the Emperor rates him. No, the Emperor didn't want him at all. Interesting. Emperor wants a commander, it looks like. Okay, so we'll promote a commander instead. Okay, Burkhan, 17. Brilliant strategist and defender. Excellent. What say you, Emperor? Why doesn't he want... He only wants one of these three. Why? I don't understand. No. Off with you. Alright, we have 670. And we can request a Chinese artifact if we wanted to. Which would receive we would receive a random artifact ranging from quality 1 to quality 3. That's... I don't know about that. That seems like a waste of an artifact if we get it like a quality 1. I think we'll wait. Let's see. It'd be nice to get a scholar bureaucrat. It'd be nice to get a master engineer. Okay. Things to keep in mind. Do I have extra commanderships to give out? Is that why it asked me? It did. Sure, you could be a commander too. Alright, so we... Heavenly Li Chu Emperor Daizong of the Tang Empire has graciously accepted your gift. We shall enjoy the strategies you sent to us. The generosity of the Ayanga dynasty will not be forgotten. I aim to please. Yeah, we've got a problem. So I could... theoretically... I mean, he's worried about Bonyak down there. If I rushed that territory, because this is where his army is. If I rushed that territory, I might be able to pull off a victory and break away from the Uyghur. Maybe. I'm really thinking about it. Really thinking about it. We got the 1,200 troops right there. Stop raiding coming together. I mean, this is a gamble. This is a gamble. Before I do that, ransoms. Okay. We can declare a war, free ourselves from being a tributary. Kimak would join us. Uzur, which is this guy, would join him. He's got 3,000 by himself, but we've proven we can beat 1,000 plus difference in our battles. Let's do it. All right, we're going to war. Oh my God, this is dangerous. This is way dangerous. Okay. All right. We are now fighting the Uyghur force for our independence. Will we be successful? Find out next time. Hey everyone, it's showdown time. What's the over/under? Let me know in the comments. Enjoyed the video? Like it. Want more of this content? Subscribe and click that bell icon. And lastly, consider joining the channel as a member for an exclusive badge, emotes, and other perks. Until next time, this is J Square John Jeremy signing off, saying so long and take care.